I'm Thomas Peters. I run the American Papist blog, which you can find at catholicvote.org, and I work with a lot of the pro-life organizations in Washington, D.C. What I want to share with you is how I use social media and blogging to further the pro-life message. Now, obviously, the mainstream media is not always incredibly sympathetic to a pro-life viewpoint, and so one of the things that pro-life advocates have learned to do very well is share their message through alternative and social media. Now, while we do have a very large social media presence, I'm not always sure that we're harnessing that power effectively. For instance, one of the largest pro-life organizations, Live Action, has more Facebook likes than Planned Parenthood does. And one of the most popular pro-life writers on Twitter, he has more followers than Planned Parenthood as well. However, what pro-abortion advocates are very good at doing is using their numbers to kind of glom on together and push one message effectively time and time again. We've seen them do this before, pushing a pro-choice message or, for instance, during the war on women. And I think pro-life people need to do that better as well. And so there's three simple steps that I tell people they can do to raise the volume of our pro-life activism online. First of all, I tell people, don't censor the fact that you're pro-life. If you're using Facebook and Twitter and social media, if you're blogging, if you're doing anything online, don't hide the fact that you're pro-life. If you don't already like Facebook pages that are pro-life or follow pro-life people on Twitter, do so. Live Action is a great place to start. Susan B. Anthony List is a great place to start. Stephen Ertelt and LifeSiteNews are great places to follow on Twitter. So once you're following them, what do? Well, you share the message. Every person who shares something or retweets something is raising the volume of pro-life activity online. For instance, I have a Facebook fan page of 8,000 fans. Now, in a good week, when those 8,000 people are sharing a lot of my content, I can reach over 100,000 people. And so every time you share a pro-life message, whether it's your own or someone else's, you're adding to the decibel level. You're raising the volume of pro-life activism online. And the third thing I think we need to do better is sort of combine our activities. So for instance, our opponents are very good at using hashtags, like for instance pro-choice or war on women, to get their numbers together and accentuate the message. We need to be doing the same thing as well. So for instance, at the March for Life, we should all be using the same hashtag. We should be using pro-life hashtags. And I think those three basic steps will get us a lot farther in the movement. And one other tip for people who want to just take it up that extra notch is go to where the pro-abortion people hang out. Go on the Planned Parenthood Facebook page, tweet them on Twitter, find out your friends who might be supportive of abortion and ask them why. Use social media to do it in a compassionate and respectful tone, but don't be afraid to have those conversations. Social media is designed to share things that you're passionate about, and that's why I share pro-life stuff online.